All right, if you've ever been in a job interview, you know that moment, the question that makes you pause, the one that really makes you think. Today, we're going to tackle one of the absolute trickiest, the difficult situation question. But we're going to flip it. By breaking down exactly how not to answer, you'll learn how to come up with a response that actually shines. So, picture this. You're in the interview, things are going great, you're feeling confident, and then, boom, they hit you with it. What's your go-to story for this one? What's the first thing that pops into your head? Well, while you're thinking about that, let's explore a few really common answers that completely miss the mark. So what we're going to do is deconstruct three super common but totally flawed answers to this very question. We're going to take them apart piece by piece and see exactly where they go off the rails and what they're accidentally telling the interviewer. But before we dive into the bad examples, let's get one thing straight. What is the interviewer really asking here? They're not just fishing for a good story. Nope, they're digging for evidence. They want to see your problem-solving skills, how you hold up under pressure, how you handle conflict, and, your level of self-awareness. It's all about predicting how you'll act in the future based on what you did in the past. All right, first up, let's talk about our first case study. I call this one the hobbyist. This is the person who kind of dodges the professional question and turns it into something about their personal interests. Let's take a look at the answer. Okay, so on the surface, this sounds fine, right? I mean, who doesn't like someone who enjoys learning? It's proactive. But did it actually answer the question? I mean, was that a difficult situation? Let's dig in. And right away, here's the big issue. Googling stuff, that's not a difficult situation. That's just a Tuesday. It's a routine task. By calling research a hobby, the candidate completely sidesteps the real question and throws away a golden opportunity to talk about how they handle actual pressure or conflict. It's a complete swing and a miss. Okay, let's move on to our next case study. This one's a classic. Let's call this person the theorist. Now, this answer sounds super professional, but you'll see it's kind of all talk. Just listen to all that business jargon, assessing the situation, determining the possible different approaches. It sounds like they swallowed a management textbook. But what's missing? Everything. There's no story, no specifics, no anything. It's so vague, it could mean literally anything, which means it means nothing at all. Yeah, this answer is a masterclass in talking without saying a single thing. It's completely generic. There's zero proof that this person has ever actually done any of this stuff. It's all just theory. An interviewer is just sitting there thinking, okay, great, but what did you actually do? It's a huge red flag. And that brings us to our third and final case study, and oh boy, this is a big one. You've definitely heard this one before. It's the perfectionist answer. You know the classic, my biggest weakness is actually a strength move. Ah, yes, the classic humble brag. I get why people do it. It feels safe, right? You're trying to make yourself look good. But here's the thing. Interviewers have heard this a million times, and it just doesn't work. For starters, it doesn't even answer the question. The question was about a situation. Plus, it's such a tired cliche, it just screams unoriginal. But the biggest problem? It completely avoids showing any real self-awareness. It just comes off as you trying to dodge the question. And that feels, well, pretty inauthentic. So there you have it. Three totally different answers: the hobbyist, the theorist, and the perfectionist. And they're all flawed for their own reasons. Let's kind of sum it all up and look at the core mistakes all in one place. So check this out. The hobbyist deflects the question and misses their chance to show off problem solving. The theorist is so generic they don't prove anything. And the perfectionist uses a cliche and fails to show any real self-awareness. You start to see the common thread here? What's the one thing they all have in common? It's evasion, plain and simple. Every single one of these answers is, in its own sneaky way, trying to get out of answering the actual question. They're all avoiding a real, specific, actually difficult story. And trust me, interviewers can smell that a mile off. Okay, so we've talked a lot about what not to do. So what should you do? How do you actually turn this question from a trap into an opportunity? Believe it or not, the formula is pretty simple. First, choose a real, specific situation. No hobbies, no theories. Second, describe the challenge. What was so tough about it? Third, tell them what you did, the actions you took. And last, what happened? What was the outcome? And maybe most importantly, what did you learn? This framework keeps you specific, honest, and focused on your actions.
So let me leave you with this. Stop trying to find the perfect, safe answer. Instead, ask yourself a different question. What difficult situation showed my best self? Think of a time you were genuinely tested, a time you had to dig deep, a time you came out the other side better for it. That's the story you want to tell. That's the one you shouldn't be hiding. It's the one that's going to land you the job.